Unless you lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis, you are currently living in the most dangerous period in world history since the end of World War II. Forget 9/11, forget the Great Recession, forget even the COVID pandemic. Now is the time to get active or get radioactive. I'm Stuart Hooper, a lecturer in political science and PhD researcher, coming at this problem not from the left, not from the right, but from a position of critical thinking that understands the seriousness of the time that we are now in and knows that all of us have to come together around the world and pressure all of our governments that this has to come to an end immediately. Because if it does not, the consequences here truly are nuclear. So I'm going to do my best to try to go into some of the breaking developments of what has happened over the last, I want to say 24 hours, but we might even just be in the last 12 hours because so much is happening in such a short space of time. So I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos over the next couple of days. Be sure to subscribe if you are new here. I'm trying to hit 3,000 subscribers. That would be a good milestone to hit, and hopefully we can start to get these messages out to everyone that needs to hear them. So in this first video, we're going to take a look at the NATO reaction force and Putin's threats against Finland. Both of these events demonstrate the nuclear nature of this crisis and the fact that if we allow this to escalate, we do face a new world war. And as Einstein said, I don't really know what weapons are going to be used precisely to fight World War III, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Let's not get there. So let's talk first about this NATO response force being deployed for the first time ever. The Secretary General of NATO, Stoltenberg, he said the following: "We are facing a new normal in European security, where Russia openly contests the European security order and uses force to pursue its objectives. There must be no space for miscalculation or misunderstanding. We will do what it takes to protect and defend every ally and every inch of NATO territory." Now, one central issue here, of course, the elephant in the room. Yes, NATO has used force to pursue its policy objectives around the world, and it has left a wake of carnage and destruction behind it. However, now we're seeing Russia pursuing exactly the same policy choices. This must also be called out as wrong if we're going to be against militarism when NATO implements it, as we should be. We also need to be against it when Russia pursues this as well. Russia had an opportunity here to do something different, to give the world an alternative. Instead, it chose to be a warmonger, just like NATO has been for the past 20 years. So just to make that nice and clear for everyone out there, this is a problem. But the real key issue here for us in a global crisis, the two words he said: miscalculation and misunderstanding. The whole point of deploying this rapid deployment force is to say to Putin, if you escalate, we are going to escalate. What might Putin do? Well, he might try to push. He's already called their bluff once with Ukraine and gone ahead with this invasion. If he keeps pushing, NATO will keep responding, and this is going to go onwards and upwards until we get where? Nuclear war, nuclear conflict. This is extremely dangerous. And Russia is continuing on the path of escalation. Again, get active or get radioactive, because this is where we're headed. Russia threatens serious military repercussions if Finland joins NATO. And we have this extremely serious and dangerous quote from the Foreign Ministry of Russia, Maria Zakharova, saying the following: We have seen this policy over a number of years. Finland and Sweden participating in NATO drills and missions, that is. Finland and Sweden should not base their security on damaging the security of other countries. Their accession to NATO can have detrimental consequences and face military and political consequences. This is precisely what makes this so dangerous and qualitatively different from all of the other foreign policy nightmares that I have had to live through myself. Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, all complete disasters. The chances that they could have escalated, though, to a nuclear level, extremely minute. The danger here is very real, and we have one side that is clearly hinting that they are willing and able to go in that direction. We need everyone to focus on this issue, on this problem, and start to get active or get radioactive. It's time to call your congressman. It's time to call your member of parliament. It's time to reach out to anyone and everyone and try to get some attention behind the idea of de-escalation, of diplomacy. It is never too late for diplomacy. It is never too late for de-escalation. Conflict is not inevitable. If we have that mindset, why are we even here? Why are we even bothering? Why am I bothering to put out these videos? It would be a complete waste of time. This does not have to happen, and it's up to us as humans, as a species that want to live and thrive on this planet, to go and do something positive. And your time really is now. Please subscribe if you are new here. I'm going to be posting a lot more video updates just like this one. In fact, I'm about to go and film 2 more right now. So if you see me in the same outfit, that would be why. Feel free to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, where I'm also posting thoughts really almost on an hourly basis, tweeting far more than I have for a very long time. Thanks to this crisis, would really appreciate some followers over there. That would be great. Otherwise, stay tuned for those new videos, everyone. And like I said, your time is now. If you want to do something to try and resolve this problem, start talking. Start your own YouTube channel. Start your own Twitter. Start your own Facebook page. Start posting just to your friends. We need to get the message out that we're in a serious crisis, and we need to de-escalate immediately.